Top stories at this hour. Minister in the presidency speaks on the youth wage subsidy, and Myanmar's pro-democracy icon finally gives her Nobel lecture in Oslo. Good afternoon. With the news at 3 o'clock, I'm Lulu Gabu. Minister in the presidency, Collins Shabane, has called for the deadlock over introducing a youth wage subsidy to be speedily resolved. Shabane was speaking at the National Youth Day ceremony in Gwazakele Township in Port Elizabeth, standing in for President Jacob Zuma. Government has proposed a 500 billion rand youth wage subsidy to tackle youth unemployment, but COSATU opposes it. The Labour Federation argues that big business would abuse the subsidy by creating casual jobs for young people and laying off their permanent workforce. Minister Shabane says there's an urgent need to conclude the debate.
We are aware as government that despite the progress we have made since the dawn of our democracy, more challenges remain. More young people still need to access economic opportunities as presented by our democratic state. Young people need improved access to quality education and skills in order to meaningfully participate in the economy. We should pay tribute to youth of 1976 for their role in fighting the freedoms we enjoy.
Earlier, the celebrations at the Wolfson Stadium in Port Elizabeth were disrupted by youth singing songs calling for the reinstatement of expelled former ANC Youth League President Julius Malema. Eastern Cape Social Development MEC Penny Majodina had to calm the crowd before Chabane's address could proceed. The N3 highway has been reopened to traffic after residents barricaded it with rocks and burning tires in Vosloorus, southeast of Johannesburg. Earlier, residents of Somalia informal settlements staged a protest, but their demands remain unclear at this stage. A police car was damaged in the process. Police spokesperson Tlou Silwane.
The damages is the flying squad motor vehicle, and they've opened a case of public violence and malicious damage to property. No arrests so far. I didn't receive anyone whom they say is injured.
4 people, including a police officer, have been shot and wounded following a robbery at a jewelry store at the Randridge Mall, northwest of Johannesburg. Gauteng police spokesperson Lungelo Dlamini.
5 suspects shot and wounded 3 people inside the mosque. Whilst they were being chased by the police, one of our officers was shot. We have arrested 4 suspects, recovered 2 firearms and some of the jewelry that was robbed.
The community of Mashishimale in Phalaborwa, Limpopo has received back land worth millions of rands through the government's restitution program. Deputy Minister of Rural Development and Land Reform, Lechisa Tsenole, officiated at the handover to the claimants. They lodged the claim in 1998. About 2,000 households are expected to benefit from the 16,000 hectares. It includes lodges and 11 farms. And finally, further afield, Myanmar's pro-democracy icon Aung San Suu Kyi has finally given her Nobel lecture in Oslo, Norway, 21 years after being awarded the Peace Prize. She was not able to collect the prize in person in 1991. She said the award had made her feel part of the real world again after a time of intense isolation when she was held in detention by the Burmese military authorities.
As the days and months went by and news of reactions to the award came over the airwaves, I began to understand the significance of the Nobel Prize. It had made me real once again. It had drawn me back into the wider human community. And what was more important, the Nobel Prize had drawn the attention of the world to the struggle for democracy and human rights in Burma.